Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Radiant, we have the Dire, we have KarmaKnight. Hello, it's been a while. I got addicted to WoW for a bit there, but Wrath of the Lich King has died, Season of Discovery has a much shorter raid, and I find myself playing a bunch of Dota again. I come back to this game every time. Anyways, what I have for you today is a game with me, KarmaKnight. There I am. I'm playing Invoker. I believe I take Invoker mid. I've got Spirits. I've got Heartstopper. Let's get to the battles for runes, and then we'll introduce lanes, and we'll cut to some content. Still 30 seconds to go. Not too much going on here. Looks like the fight is at the bottom jungle rune where Willow pushes Necro back. Necro does the life drain thing. Does it get him a rune? Yeah, it sure does. That's nice. Alright. A few runes for us. That's an okay start. Let's introduce the lanes, and I will just say, I'm a little bit concerned about this game. We've got a Necro. This is a Necro. We've got a Necro. He's bottom, along with two other teammates. Good communication when you end up with three in a lane. He has no starting items except for wards, and he's got Spirit Siphon right now. Overcharge and Refraction is some good right-click stuff. Reaper Scythe is a good kill-steal machine, but gotta say, this build is a little underwhelming on Necro. Not in love with it. He gets Frostbite, he gives up First Blood, we are off to a bad start. Alright, we've got Wraith King. He's got Reincarnate. Reincarnate is, the best ability, so that's nice. Aside from that, a stun, a silence, some increased attack speed. This is a kind of mixed, reasonably balanced build. Doesn't do anything super well. And these kind of builds are not what I want to see in ability draft. I want to see carries with a bunch of stuff that does damage, and I want to see supports with a bunch of stuff that does crowd control things. And here we have some support abilities mixed with a damage ability. It's a little all over the board. I have no idea if he or Necro is our position 3. Like, who's taking the last hits here? I don't even know. So, kind of weird lane up here. He gets stunned, gets real low. Does he die right now? I don't know if he dies right now. Anyways, let's check out bottom lane. On the Dire side bottom, we have Death Prophet, who has Tether, and is hard to kill, and has a heal. I mean, this is at least a dedicated support build. Unfortunately, this is just straight up healer. Like, actually doesn't do any damage. Like, 280 damage nuke from Death Pulse every few seconds is the most she can hope to contribute to a fight offensively. That said, Tether plus a heal is quite strong. With Ghost Shroud and Untouchable, she's very hard to kill, so this isn't the worst build I've ever seen. It doesn't do much, unfortunately. It heals a lot. It could be a strong heal build. We get to Muerta, and here we actually have a really solid build. This is 3 very good damage abilities, and the Calling, which is a silence and a slow all in one. This is the kind of thing I like to see in ability draft. This combo, Gunslinger plus Sideblades, she can hit from across the map, hit multiple targets at once in more than one way. She's going to farm like crazy. This is a good build. Is it going to be enough? Well, wait till you see our opponent's builds. Alright, on the other side of the river, we've got KarmaKnight. He's got Dragon Form. He's got Mortal Strike. He's got Vamp Spirit. That's 3 right-click things. And a big, old, messy AoE disable. I mean, this is a dream build. Also, the slow built into Elder Dragon Form once he hits Blue Dragon or Black Dragon. Like, this is scary. Mortal Strike makes him a strong farmer. Like, this build is terrifying. Luckily, he's on Dragon Knight and not some insane right-clicker. Like, if this was on a Gyro or a Razor or a Nature's Prophet or any just long-range, hard-hitting right-clicker, it could be even worse. Speaking of even worse, we've got Dark Willow with Freezing Field and Thirst. Alright, this kind of combo is what ability draft is all about. Like, the move slow from Freezing Field Ags is counteracted by the move speed from Thirst, so she can just roll through a battle, drop her disables, drop her nuke and silence, keep you in them with Electric Vortex and Freezing Field. Like, this build is absolutely terrifying. Looking at top, where Wraith King died recently, Wraith King ports in to immediately get frozen and take a bunch of damage. Vengeance may be had on the TA. It is. TA goes down. Well, let's talk about TA even though she's dead. That's rude, right? She's got a weird nombo of nukes here. She's got mana, she's got some sustain, fine, and she's got 2 disables. I mean, this build is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. The problem I have with this is that you don't ever want to rupture something and then freeze them with Frostbite, because you need them to move for Rupture to do any damage. I mean, the obvious argument is she can target 2 things, so fine. She's an incredibly okay meh support. This, on the other hand, is an excellent support build. This is the kind of thing I love to see in ability draft. The ability to show up anywhere on the map at any time, a stun, a slow, more slow and more damage, with overload after either of these nukes. Like, this build is gigantic. It's bullying people out of lane. This is excellent. Alright. Looks like our Wraith King is about to go down. Maybe? Turns, stuns the TA, but it's a trap. TA freezes him, and Wraith King dies again. It's 3-1 at 5 minutes. We're off to an awful start. At least we got some runes, I guess. We've got Storm Spirit, and oh my god, the dream build. 1 stun, infinite mobility, the ability to dip in and out of combat by turning invisible with Meld, and when you reappear, you hit like a truck. The range that you get on this build with Shadow Realm, I mean, you could set up Meld and then immediately Shadow Realm, Meld again, and get off your double Meld with the added hit from Shadow Realm. Like, double Meld is already a kill combo. I just stole my rune, so I just leave. I want nothing to do with this. So anyway, yeah, like, double Meld is already a way to kill squishier people on TA. Having the range of Storm Spirit makes it so much easier to get off. Having the range of Storm Spirit plus Shadow Realm, plus the additional damage from Shadow Realm for the second Meld, makes it even easier to get off. He's trying to set it up right now. It's on cooldown, and my Spirit hits him right there. So I just back off and blast him with Spirits. But, like, I'm a squishy little Invoker. I've got 1,000 health. If he sets this up right, that double Meld could absolutely explode me. Speaking of me, I already mentioned this, but I have Heartstopper Aura. I've got Spirits. I'm just leveraging those for easy farm and a Pressure Storm out of lane. I almost catch him here, but he's got his ult, and he zip-zaps away. This Storm Spirit was excellent at last hitting. Soul Eater, shout out, even with Heartstopper Aura and Spirits, which should be just absolutely free farm for me, I really struggled at getting any farm together. Alright, that's the lanes. We're gonna try to keep the action going here by skipping to fights. And it looks like Wraith King might be in trouble. TA might be in trouble too. TA's got some real good regen with this starting ability that she didn't level. I feel like this should maybe be 3-1-1. Or 1-3-1, excuse me. 1 point in Arcane Aura and 1 point in Dragon Blood for the mix sustain, because right now she's got completely full mana but can't get near the fight because she's too low. But yeah, if IO engages, she can get a Frostbite off and run back out. And that's another kill top lane. So I've got to say, I am scared at this point in this game. We're 8 minutes in. It is 4-1. I'm sorry, did I say 4-1? It's 5-1. Who just died? Muerta just died too? Death's bottom. Looks like Muerta tries to push the tower. This death right here, I panicked a little bit. I'd been thinking this whole time, Muerta's got a nasty build. She's kind of my shining star, but Willow hits 6. They get off the Blood Right thanks to the Bramble Maze. And then she pops Freezing Field. And that is a silenced, stopped Muerta. And she gets blown up. She gets blown up. So, Radiant is up 2k gold. We've got some okay builds on our side, but it's looking bad. We got Storm heading top right now. Let's see what happens in this fight. Necro drops the ward, gets a little bit of warning, but Storm gets the stun off, switches targets onto the Wraith King while IO continues after Necro. Storm totally whiffs setting up the double meld. But they've also pushed Wraith King way out of lane here. And here we have the slows coming out for IO. Nice little tree juke there by Wraith King. But with another stun, another slow, might not be enough. Okay, this Storm had a really great last hitting session in lane, but not so hot trying to click on the Wraith King there. He was doing a great job evading through the trees. So there is some bright side right now. While Wraith King did just die and I ignored him and left it to it, it was because I was pressuring mid with my ult, which is up now. I really just want to get my farm on and start showing up to fights once I have Radiance, so I take my sweet time getting going this game. Meanwhile, Muerta is able to pressure this thing from all the way outside of its range. Got her killed last time. Dark Willow's up 2 levels. It is now 6-2. Alright, we're going to start jumping to fights. Looks like Storm goes top again. TA and DK are both dead. I think we just missed a fight. That wasn't a very good jump to the fight. What's happening? What's happening? Oh yeah, I go bat him, and I catch this DK who's running away. Just before this, I saw all this. And I pour it in. I go for the cutoff. Pop some abilities. Pop the Deafening Blast. And while I get disabled, and very possibly would have just straight up died here if Willow decided to engage, Willow runs. I pick up the kill on DK. Death Prophet sleeps on that fight. Doesn't get any catch-up experience. Unfortunate. Unfortunate for Death Prophet. Good for me. 7-4. Gap is closing a little bit. Storm goes top again. With IO again. Alright, we've got the Spirit Siphon trying to keep Necro up. IO puts an end to that with Storm. Storm? No, with a stun. Storm Spirit dives in. TA with the Rupture secures the kill. And Necro goes down. Meanwhile, bottom, that nice long attack range has allowed Muerta to secure the tower. Looks like Willow, 2 levels up on him, is about to catch this Wraith King. Maybe. Close. Meanwhile, top, Muerta has shown up and is frozen. Look at that, 300 damage right click with Shadow Realm. Storm is getting scary. On the way to Ags at 12 minutes, halfway there, doesn't quite have it yet. Muerta pops a big ult to fight the Dark Willow, but it's not good enough. Muerta goes down, Necro goes down, and the 4-man push top is good. Our top tower falls. Now we're 10-4. They're up 2k again. I'm still extremely concerned. They're starting to deathball. My team is struggling a bit to get our teamwork together. I both want to help and want to just stay off the map until I finish my Radiance. I picked up my Relic. I had some good farm. I had some good kills early. I decided to just avoid everything until I can actually make a difference with Radiance. Meanwhile, my team's kind of getting stepped on over here. I show up to try to be a deterrent, but even at 4v3 with these 2 players looking so tasty, I can't push them off yet. I run away. Muerta goes in. That was a mistake. Wraith King turns around and goes in. That was a mistake. Necro goes in. All right, Necro secures a kill. Was it worth it? I don't know. Maybe. Kind of feels like no. It turns. Oh, he gets the Willow. He gets the Willow. And the TA. All right. All right, it was worth it. It turned what was about to be a 3 for nothing into a 4-1 and then a 3-4. And that's not the worst trade ever. They're still up 1,000 gold, though, so also not great. I disappear into a corner to just farm my heart out and get my radiance going. Got my courier ready. Meanwhile, mid, Death Prophet is trying to protect this tower. Storm zip zaps in, grabs the double damage. That is a dead Death Prophet. See, this is the problem with this build. Is like theoretically she's got strong heal for other people, but if she ever gets caught out, she's got no escape. She's got no stuns. She's got no slow. She's really just in the frying pan, you know? Up the creek without a paddle? What am I trying to say? In a glass house throwing stones? Huerta busts out the ult, becomes unright clickable, and gets exploded by spells. Necro dies this time to the freezing fields. And, I mean, it's 15-7. They're up 4k gold. And, I mean, what's really worst here is Willow's about to finish Ags. Storm just finished Ags. Like, they're getting rolling here. We've got DK solo pushing bottom, also just about to finish Ags. 15 minutes in, and we've got problems. This Invoker is sleeping up top, just AFK jungle. Actually, he's controlling his courier and trying not to just send it through mid to die, because the pressure is on mid. All right. That's a Radiance. Maybe I can make a difference now. Maybe not, though. They're hitting strong item timings at this point also. I ping. My team is scared and doesn't show up. Storm TP's out. And this was a bit of a problem for me this game. I'm pretty scary damage-wise at this point, but I really don't have the lockdown I need to actually secure kills. Meanwhile, top, Kraken gets caught out. I don't know what he's doing at river top at 16 minutes. That is sus. That is definitely dead lane and Radiant territory. All right. I think around this time Necro loses heart and decides that his best recourse is to AFK farm. Meanwhile, I decide it's time to try and play. I whiff the Deafening Blast. Storm Spirit runs away. Willow hits me with the Rupture. I pop my ult, come back in. I get the Willow, but it is too much with the Storm Spirit behind me. Io and TA on the other side. I get blown up. Huerta can't clean up anything by herself. That's a 3-for-1. It's 19-8. This is looking real bad. This is when I am fully abandoning hope here. Like, when you hit your Radiance timing pretty early at 15 minutes and show up for a team fight, and it goes like that, that's a bit of a, I didn't get there fast enough. Their lead was too big when I hit my Radiance timing. And I think we're just dead now. All right, Death Prophet picks up Veil of Discord. That's a thing. I feel like this is a Mechanism Rush build. I guess it's a Veil of Discord build. All right, TA is pressuring top. I show up to clean house and pick up a little more farm. Huerta shows up to help. Cool, definitely needed help here. TA heads way up top to get out safely. Necro goes jungle. And maybe gets caught by Willow. Decides that right-clicking down a stacked jungle camp is a thing he can do with no damage items. Why does Necro have our mechanism? I'm so confused by my team this game. I pressure out top. I pick up a whole bunch of Lotuses. Io dies. What happened to Io? That's nice. There's a little bit of comeback going on. Io's picking on Wraith King, who I'm sure is about to get tethered by this Death Prophet. Wraith King grabs the Invis rune, decides that's good enough, goes in with the Dragon Tail, and the Blood Rage quickly picks up the kill on Io. There's that healing coming into effect, and Storm Spirit has to boogie and get out of dodge. Alright, pressure top has been good. I think it's probably time to leave. Muerta thinks it's time to take the tower. I mean, Io is down. That's cute. I am trying desperately to convince my team to collapse on this fight altogether. I've seen them coming through jungle, and I see these guys mid and these guys top, and I'm just worried we're going to get a fractured fight and not be together. But in the end, that's a lot of red. We come together. Muerta goes down first. Willow does so much damage with the freezing field. Necro goes down second. I'm on the run. Death Prophet's on the run. Come back in. That Storm Spirit's looking juicy. But alas, the Storm Spirit is gone. Wraith King comes in. Gets the stun on the Willow. We decide we've got to settle for the tower. And like that wasn't a great fight yet. That was okay. At this point, I'm just trying to leverage farming. I've got my boots in my backpack like a total scrub. Why am I not wearing my boots? What's happening here? Whoopsies. Oh, these things happen. Dota is hard. So we give up 2 kills for the top tier 1 at 20 minutes. Is that good? I don't know. DK makes excellent use of his Bramble Maze. Gets out of a tight spot there. Meanwhile, mid, looks like Death Prophet and Wraith King want the fight against Dragon Knight and Storm. TA comes in from a funny angle. Gets the freeze. Wraith King goes down. Reincarnate saves him. Death Prophet is too slow or too stunned to get the tether back up. Where's the tether? So many heals, but no tether. Death Prophet goes down. Wraith King is real low, and there are 4 enemy heroes on the chase. I think that crown is going to be the nail in the coffin, along with the Bramble Maze. And that's a 2 for 1. Not great. 23-10 at 20 minutes. How would you feel in this game? Would you stay? Would you go? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear. All right. It looks like we've got a little break in the action. Let's go ahead and jump up to... Where's what I'm looking for? Isn't there a, like, jump to the next fight? Playback speed. Did they get rid of buttons? I could swear there was a, like, jump to the next action button up here. Experienced streamer is experienced. All right. Looks like I die. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I see a TA. We dive mid. Storm Spirit shows up. I get ruptured. I pop the ult. I try to fight the Storm. Storm does the the melt thing. Dips out of combat. I'm a scrub. I'm not carrying dust. And Storm blows me up with the second melt. Muerta continues chasing TA. Ends up getting caught out by the Dragon Knight. And goes down when Storm zip-zaps back in. And Dark Willow with the disgusting combo. Even though she gets stunned, silenced out of her ult, it's already enough damage for the Wraith King to go down. That's a 3 for nothing. This game is feeling pretty over from my side. But I mean, what do you expect with this Dark Willow build? Check this out, man. What a dream. Thirst and Freezing Field. If you play Ability Draft and you ever get the option to take these 2 abilities together, first of all, the other team screwed up, because this is just not a reasonable combo to let fly. Second, good luck, have fun. That's going to be a scary game. Alright, I try to come out to save our T2. Templar Assassin immediately freezes me to the spots. I get my silence on the Willow. Her ult is down. Seems like a good time for this fight. I get frozen again. Storm is just waiting with the double melds. First hit is good. Second hit is good. Muerta scares Storm off. I'm surprised Storm didn't try to finish me there. I run home after eating a ton of damage. Muerta... Where did Muerta just get to? Muerta's kind of still hanging back. The Death Prophet and the Necro want this fight. I don't trust this combo. DK decides to engage on the Death Prophet. Muerta is behind, but looks hesitant to go for it. Helps clean up the jungle camp. That's nice. After a nice heal, I re-engage onto the TA, get frozen to the spot, and can't complete the kill, but at least we pushed them back at this point. I mean, the way fights have been going, I will settle for a reasonable push. All right, and now we are deep in the bottom lane. They know where we are. They're all back up. For me, this is over. I'm done. I decide to boogie. Grab some farm on the way out. Live to fight another day. The rest of my team, they push the T2 with the entire other team up. Storm Spirit goes in. Necro gets out. But then Willow shows up. Freezing Field comes down. That's one kill. Willow backs off from the Muerta, but Storm Spirit is more than ready to clean up that kill. And with the Zip Zap, Storm also gets on top of Necro, who runs for it. The meld does no damage. That must have been blocked by Refraction. And our team is thinking better of this engage. I show up just to try to give Necro a chance to escape here. The fact that he went in for a moment during that fight makes me think he thought we were fighting there. They are up 9 kills, 9K gold, and 18 kills. A bunch of our team has just died. This is a backup moment. All right, now it's 4 of them in position to push. Meanwhile, IO is making use of relocate and cutting our wave top. This is an interesting use of this build. I feel like he should be making use of relocate to show up at fights, but he starts using it just to push waves solo, which between Travs and Octarine Core and Kaya and all these nukes, like, he can push out waves, but that makes it hard for the rest of his team to get golds. And it means he's not using this amazing gank build to show up at ganks. Like, where are wards in IO's bags right now, and why isn't he with his team? There's a big team fight going on bottom. Anyway, let's focus on that instead of worrying too much about what IO's doing. That push comes in bottom. Storm gets low, and my team shows up. I whiff the Deafening Blast, trying to get on this TA. End up frozen. Storm maybe gets out, but is hanging around. Looks like Storm wanted to shop. Picks up a cornucopia. Meanwhile, the pressure on TA is good. No getting away this time. TA goes down. Necro secures the kill. Gives up a ton of health to the Rupture. And we're back to pushing out bottom. Dark Willow is here, waiting for us. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is spread out. DK's pushing mid. Wraith King is on the opposite side of the map from the rest of the team. I've got to say, for having some of our only early kills and, like, doing pretty well with a reasonable, like, balanced, powerful build, like, this Wraith King is not with us ever, and it's a problem. All right, Willow's hanging out under the tower. Muerta wants to pressure. I'm ping and retreat based off the last push on a tier 2 down here. And I'm out. I go to hang out with Wraith King. Who goes to jungle? Meanwhile, bottom, after I'm out, Muerta just hangs out, trying to push the tower. Early Shadow Realm from Storm Spirit is mostly wasted. But eventually Muerta decides it's time to go. Silence, Tether, Freezing Field, easy kill. Support from Storm, support from TA. This Willow is looking mighty scary. Has a blink now too to engage faster. Meanwhile, the rest of my team has decided this fight against DK top is the place to be. With 3 of us on him, we blow up the DK. Pressure is on the top tier 2. Meanwhile, IO goes to support the push bottom. Okay. Willow is here. Wants to do something, but with the ult on cooldown, this might not be Willow's moment. Storm and Willow show face, but decide to retreat. My team also decides we've been here long enough. It's time to back up. All right. Well, we're 27 minutes into this game. We're still 17 kills down. This gap, which was 9k a minute ago, has decreased to 5k. I think that push on the tier 2 top, while the rest of their team was bottom, was real good for us. That kill on DK and that tower got us an important chunk of gold. I'm kind of just jumping all over the place farming for now. Looks like Storm and IO want Necro top. And Storm is going to get him easily with a few blasts from Shadow Realm. That ability, man. That ability is so strong. Untargetable, all of the magic damage in the world. I would love to see Shadow Realm and Muerta ult on the same build. I have finally picked up my blink. Have I picked up my blink? No? Did I just run past? How did that fight just go? What I'm trying to say is we secure the TA mid. We've had a lot of fights where they're just outright running away as soon as we engage. So I let Wraith King get the stun and just run past and blast her back toward my team. That lets us secure a nice easy kill here. I picked up my Ags, which is, all of my abilities. IO and Storm are still pushing top, along with Willow. ITP back to base because I don't want to jump into the middle of that. Seems scary. Pop the ult, try to chase. Wraith King catches Storm on the way out. Willow with the big silence on most of the team. Kind of doesn't matter for me. All my abilities are already out, and we pick up the Willow. Storm with the zippity zap is able to get out, though. Or is he? Seems like yes. I don't know where Storm went. I decided to go pick up some more farm. Meanwhile, IO's pressuring top. Getting some good damage down on the Necrophos. We run through their jungle. Start bringing the pressure back to mid. Looks like we're shaping up for a fight. Let's get to it. It happens real fast. All right, let's not get to it. This seems good. So, the scene is set. In bottom jungle, Invoker has picked up a double damage rune. Storm goes for the engage. Deafening Blast saves my butt. Unfortunately, my ult is down, and I carelessly run into a root. Wow, what a fight. They run away. Necro goes for it. I guess having Spirit Siphon up is a good enough reason to dive into the middle of the other team. He dies for that decision. Excuse me for a hot second. Sorry about that. I picked up a throat bug like a couple months ago, and it has just really not wanted to leave me alone. Anyway, Necro just died here. Death Prophet's here. I decide to come in since I'm still rocking double damage. Let's see how this fight goes. That's an easy cleanup on TA. With all the damage I've already got out, KarmaKnight doesn't go down. I think I was looking at Storm. Man, I would have had that absolutely if I had chased. Willow wants me. Gets stuck in the trees. Nice. Don't worry, Willow. This definitely won't end up on the internet, and I won't make fun of you for getting stuck in the trees trying to blink on me. Wraith King is hanging around bottom. Thinks about going in. Has Storm spotted this? Storm has spotted this. Wraith King's going to get stunned. There's a Willow, and a DK, and a Storm all on him. Wraith King goes down. Reincarnate brings him back up. Everybody's still here. He does his thing, gets the stun on Dragon-Knight, tries to get on Willow, but it is not enough. 3v1s are hard. Storm Spirit is godlike. He's got Kaya, he's got Orchid, he's got Ags, he's got Power Treads. That's very scary. Meanwhile, Willow has Ags and Blink. And Tranquil Boots? That's an interesting choice. TA with a support build. Has some support items. Mana Boots, Octarine Core, seems logical. What else have we got on their side? Io with the push build has gone for Octarine Core, Aether Lens, Kaya, Travs. Looks like he's going for the Sage. Seems fine. Seems fine. And DK with the Dragon build. Went straight for AC, picks up another Hyperstone. He just wants attack speed. Where's your damage, buddy? This build, as it hits for 500 damage, should be hitting for like easily 1,000 damage. I don't know where his damage items are. Attack speed items are great. Assault Curious as a support item for your team is great. Ags is good on this build. But this, like, you just desperately need some damage to get Mortal Strike and Vampiric Spirit to perform. And it really helps with Dragon form. So, like, I'd love to just see Daedalus instead of another attack speed item to go with the AC. Like, the AC is fine. But instead of Hyperstone, maybe it should have been a Demon Edge or a Chrysalis here. Anyway, we've got 3 of them camping top. Storm Spirit has the double meld set up, gets silenced, and doesn't execute it particularly well onto the Wraith King, but he goes down anyway. There is no Reincarnate. I chase down, pick up the DK. Willow comes in. Check out that move speed with the Freezing Field. I just barely clean up Willow. I just barely clean up Storm. I am so low right about this point. I just barely survived that fight because I picked up a Reaver recently. That gives me a good health pool at 3,000 health. But right about this point, I decide, you know, I need a Blade Mail. All right. Let's check out items on my side. Like I just said, I'm getting pretty built. I decided to pick up that Blade Mail. Necro. Jungling with Guardian Greaves. Let me tell you, there's nothing like Guardian Greaves for killing jungle camps faster. 34 minutes into the game, and it's taken him a solid 30 seconds to kill a camp. Impressive, kinda. Hey, look, I killed somebody. What happened there? Looks like Io has relocated or just come on in and is pressuring the lane. What's he doing at our base alone at 34 minutes? Madness. He stuns me, he slows me, but I just have to stand there to burn him down with Spirits and Radiance and Heartstopper Aura at this point. My health pool from the strength from Overwhelming Blink and Ags has Heartstopper Aura doing a ton of damage. Speaking of being at the other base at questionable times, Muerta is just hanging out in the other player's base. To be fair, there's a few of them down, but unsurprisingly, she dies for this. Her build is okay. What? Great. What? Alright, Muerta. You have an insane right-click damage build. You should absolutely have a Stygian Desolator as your first item. Dragonlance as your stat item is fine. 2 more stat items is absolutely excessive. This should be Desolator, Daedalus, maybe a Hyperstone, maybe just Power Treads, maybe a Moon Shard. Mask of Madness would be an excellent option. You can drop the Calling, drop Pierce the Veil, and then hit Mask of Madness and just blast with super high attack speed and lifesteal and all these attack buffs. Like, would have been the way to go. I kill Io. I would like to take a moment to make a shout out to Io. Sir, you made this comeback possible. I blink in, I pop blade mail, I silence, I disarm, I do all the things, and IO explodes. IO is a free kill for me, and for some reason he keeps putting himself in lane alone instead of supporting his team. Like, his team's over here, he's over, hard to click on mini-maps, he's over here. I mean, I will take that, but I don't know what he's doing. Huerta's build is sus. Huerta's score is extremely sus. And this build was one I was just absolutely hoping to rely on as a carry on our team. Luckily for me, IO's throwing a little bit, and it's given us some space for a comeback. They're down to a 1k gold advantage. It's 37-20. They're still up 17 kills, but now that's not like a 3-to-1 kill ratio. You know, it's a 4-to-2 kill ratio. It's not as bad. All right, Huerta pressures bottom. Willow goes after it, and forgets that blink is a thing, or just doesn't get there fast enough. The blink is a fail. I decide Willow looks juicy. Blink in, pop my blade mail. Willow blinks out. That all amounts to nothing. DK leaves. TA tried to show up for that fight. Well played, TA, as a support. You're doing all the right things. Meanwhile, on my team, Wraith King is dead. What happened to Wraith King? Wraith King, my dude, why are you dead? Ah, Wraith King is alone. Pushing top. Alright, I've got to say, there is some questionable teamwork stuff going on this game. Like, Wraith King's alone top, Huerta's alone bottom. I've got concerns. His build is solid. Here's the Desolator. Sure. S and Y, yeah, you definitely need to be able to close on people. Keep up with them. Harpoon, more of the same. Good for burst damage. I like it. Here's that attempt I make on Willow. I tried to jump on her on the creep wave where I thought she might still be farming, but she got out. Who else we got on our team? The supports. Alright. We've got a Holy Locket. We've got a Mechanism. This is what I was expecting to see on Death Prophet eventually, and here it is. Shiva's Guard is excellent support. I mean, this Death Prophet just hard committed to being the healer, damage reducer support on our team. It hasn't contributed much yet, but like, I don't know, we'll have to check the scoreboard at the end. See how much healing she actually contributed. Maybe this was a bigger difference than I know. The Rupture goes down on Huerta. I go in. TA goes down. Blade Mail helped a lot in that fight. Storm zip zaps out. And zip zaps back in for the Necro. Necro goes down. Storm doesn't get out. My spirits are telling me Storm is still here. So I chase. I figure they ran, but I see the spirits hit over here. So I'm just like, okay, I guess I'll just come stand on top of you. And that's a Storm kill for me. I don't know what happened there. Like, is Storm just totally out of options? Out of mana. Out of mana, can't zip zap. Decides to just hide. Probably should have TP'd. Might have gotten out. It took me a minute to get that kill. Might have gotten out if he TP'd there. Alright, I see Wraith King mid. I go to join the fight. I do not want him dying alone in lane anymore. He's doing okay this game at 311. So I decided I'd rather try to help than just let him go die. Other builds. Death Prophet the healer. Huerta the blaster. Hey, there's a Daedalus. That's nice. Still needs attack speed. Wraith King's build is good. We talked about, oh yeah, Necro with the Maelstrom. So we can secure jungle farm at 38 minutes? What is happening? I'm so confused. I don't know what Necro's building. I don't know what this is. Kind of just trying to hang out with the Wraith King at this point. They're only up 3k. It's 40-22. I feel like we've established that we're a threat again, instead of just getting fully steamrolled. This game's feeling a little better. Honestly, everyone involved is struggling to get our teamwork on. IO with the relocate top. Pops out of there. TP's into jungle. On to creeps. Fascinating. Death Prophet, our support, solo pushing bottom alone. Brilliant. Now, I think I caught wind of IO when I decided to go top here. I might be thinking of a different moment. Maybe I just decided it was good farm and I'm after the lotuses. That's definitely a thing I would do. All right, they are posturing up in jungle. Doesn't look like anybody's looking for a fight. I know something happens soon, though. Is it Wraith King diving down mid alone? He wouldn't do that. Would he? He wouldn't. That would be crazy. TA gets spotted in our jungle. Wraith King goes after it. TA gets out. Fight fizzles. Nothing happens. Wow. We see IO bottom. It's a blink. It's a blade mail. And Wraith King shows up with the harpoon into Dragon Tail to secure the kill. The solo IO is good for us. This is kind of a really funny swing. Like, on the one hand, they have Storm and Dark Willow, like, with killer builds, playing pretty well, getting a really good start. On the other hand, you've got pretty much me, kind of Wraith King, but he's definitely guilty of what I'm about to accuse a lot of people of this game, although that was a nice kill. You've got me with an excellent build and some good farm, trying to bring us back into this game, trying to secure this Templar kill. Getting supported by Death Prophet? Dark Prophet. By Prophet, getting healed up. That lets me secure the kill on KarmaKnight. Alright, it was all worth it. I love your heal build now. And now 4 of them are down and we've got pressure on top. But, like, the funny thing is there have been so many just out of position deaths in lane way too late. Like, way out of range for the team to help. We see Storm mid, out of base for some reason when the rest of her team is dead. Now, with Muerta and Death Prophet behind me, it's finally time to push top. Top? This is mid. It's finally time to push onto high ground in the enemy base while they're all dead. And I've just got to say, like, Wraith King's not with us. Necro's not with us. Necro at level 14, 40 minutes in. He's getting his jungle farm on. Not sure what's happening there. Other teams coming back up. I decide to get out. Muerta decides to continue the push. I decide to go top and help Necro secure some of this jungle farm, which he's so interested in. This isn't really me needing jungle farm. It's just me trying to say, Necro, what you doing, buddy? Meanwhile, bottom, since I left and they stayed, unsurprisingly, things go awry. IO engages on the Death Prophet. Willow engages on the Muerta. Muerta can almost fight now. Almost. Not alone. Death Prophet secures that kill pretty handily. IO pushes the Death Prophet out of base. And our progress is halted with the mid-racks down. It's kind of interesting that replays don't show much in the way of chat anymore. It's definitely having a conversation with Necro. Just trying to say, like, what are you doing jungling at 45 minutes when we're trying to push high ground? Please play with the team. Meanwhile, IO teleports bottom alone. Okay, so he's trying to do this with recall. Doing this with recall makes sense. He's only there for a few seconds. It's a good way to cut waves and force the push out. Meanwhile, double damage Wraith King has picked up a cleave talent and is pushing in bottom. He's got Death Prophet backing him up. The whole enemy team is there. Surely the time is nigh to push. No? Jungle more? Alright. I'm sure we push eventually. Looks like Death Prophet and Wraith King decide to Rosh. Meanwhile, I decide to chase down Io. Again. He almost gets out, but no. Meanwhile, the fastest Rosh I have ever seen occurs. Death Prophet contributing sustain means they can do this, but like Wraith King has such good burst damage against heroes, and then that is all. Rosh gets bored of the fight. Both of my teammates try to... Okay, so if Rosh is teleporting, you go around, you go up the other side, and he won't bash you off the stairs 9 times. They continue the pressure on Rosh. Oh man, what a fight. And with that, surely we push. Surely. Surely any second now, we're going to push. Alright, we've got a Death Prophet and a Wraith King pushing top. We've got a Muerta pushing bottom. We've got me hanging out in the jungle. Will we get together and push? Maybe. Maybe. I need a Moon Shard. I'm 7 slotted. I've got super boots. I probably should, like, end this game or something. 45 minutes in, 7 slotted. Seems good. I TP top to where my team is. Wraith King pulls Storm in, but Storm jumps up onto the high ground and gets out. Now that I've got the Manta, we push anyway. Willow comes in. Where is the Freezing Field? She is silenced forever. Freezing Field comes up. Damage goes down onto us. Deafening Blast stops the Freezing Field. And Willow goes down. Storm Spirit gets above us, pops the BKB. Tries to secure the kill with the Blade Mail up and the BKB wearing off. Storm has to zip zap out. That leaves DragonKnight to die alone. Manta is up again, and we can zone the IO out while we secure some tower. Looks like Rax is going down next. And once more, Rax goes down. Meanwhile, bottom fell. Was that Muerta? I don't know. I wasn't watching. Just saw that fight happen top. Big fight top to wrap things up. They glyph their towers. I glyph our creeps. TA is up, but staying in base. Storm is up, but staying in base. They're done. This fight is over. Time to pop illusions and blow up the Ancient. If you watched this whole game, thanks for watching. It's been fun to cast this again. I've been gone for a while. I talked about maybe casting Armored Core, but I'm going to be honest. Dota is my true love, and I think in the future I'm probably just going to keep casting Dota games. I've already got a next game in mind, so keep your eyes out for that. It will be me getting my butt thoroughly kicked. For now, good luck, have fun, don't die, and I will catch you in the next one. For you patrons here on Patreon, we have a post-game analysis. For all you YouTubers, we will say goodbye for now, but consider subscribing on Patreon so you can see the post-game analysis. All right, ciao.